Anyone seeking to thrive today is questioning business as usual. The great resignation is upon us. Because of the pandemic, the workforce and the workplace is forever changed. But if we could return to normal, would we want to? Leaders in the workforce are dealing with unprecedented complexities, not just with the pandemic, but also with climate disruptions and having to reckon with unfulfilling workplace culture. With all of these simultaneous changes, there can be a collapse of the will, a languishing and descent of the mind, which can lead to loss of connection to yourself and purpose, and eventually poor performance and inability to parent well. So, where do we go from here? What does it take? Who do you have to be to thrive and continue developing under these circumstances? 35 years ago, I found myself in college despondent and disconnected from the values and pursuits of the culture around me. I thought to myself, well, if complying to this culture means safety yet death of a meaningful life, then I'm out. Later on, I felt affirmed when I read this quote from Krishnamurti that said, "Adapting to an unwell world is no sign of health." So at that time, I dropped out and had a free fall into the unknown. Like all good stories of growth and development, there's presented this challenge that's unreconcilable. I went on this journey to seek depth of knowledge and leadership experience in how to grow and create and develop healthy cultures, which led me to communities around the world and a lot of great wisdom teachers. And fast forward to today, I'm part of an international movement, a leader in hundreds and hundreds of communities that are thriving around regenerative cultural design. Later on, I found myself consulting in the business world after working for Corporate Outward Bound for a number of years. And what I saw was there was a great need, a really huge need for people to have the kinds of tools that we had developed in these thriving communities and begin to reinvent the future of work. So I'm here as a bridge, as a developmental guide to bring these tools and processes into the workplace so that people can develop and thrive, not just as employees, but as leaders, as conscious parents, and as contributors to healthy community and life.
As a leader of teams for a Fortune 100 company, I get a lot out of this practice because it helps me understand and see how I'm showing up as I'm leading these teams and see how they are interacting with each other. And this practice is what's really helped me be able to observe that.
During the pandemic, when I was consulting at Nike, I created Thrive on Demand as an offering to help people begin creating these kinds of workplace cultures. Through these tools and practices, Thrive on Demand will help you build your capacity and personal agency to thrive in these unprecedented times, to move from overwhelmed and I don't have time to clarity of purpose and leading a meaningful life. To get started, you'll join a cohort of individuals in a private group chat and receive a prompt once a day in the morning. These prompts will have you reflect on things that are important to you, important goals, important relationships, and each day there'll be an invitation to do something that has you awaken your awareness and reconnect to yourself. The approaches include things like a daily practice of gratitude, journaling with prompts like reframing challenges as invitations to grow.
I work at a Fortune 500 company with tens of thousands of employees, and the reframing of challenges that this system provided me helped me deal with many different things coming at me all at the same time that were just causing massive amounts of stress. This really helped me boil everything down to a base level and work through it every day.
You can sign up as an individual, or as a manager, you can bring on your whole team, whether hybrid or remote.
By bringing this course into our workplace, our team was able to communicate much better, be much more open to new challenges, and also it has opened up a realm of possibilities that we hadn't had before, with creativity, with help, um, and with moving forward just with new problems and new challenges.
So if you're amongst the great wave that have had enough and are seeking inspired direction and tools to lead a meaningful life, or if you're a manager that is challenged to evolve your workplace culture to match the care that employees need, then join us